Welcome to my views and news. Two main news stories for you. First one is about a letter written from Ethiopian Orthodox Church Holy Synod to the Archbishop of Adagrad Diocese. So it's a letter from Orthodox Church of Ethiopia to Tigray Orthodox Church. You can say, what is this letter about? Is it an apology or an offer? Because we know that at a meeting of the Holy Synod around 3 to 4 days ago, it was discussed that the church should apologize to Tigray to restore its ties with Tigray diocese. We'll have a detailed look at this letter. Secondly, we know that Ethiopian government has banned Sunday's protest, which was announced by the two factions. One led by Abune Matthias, another led by Abune Severos. One of the two factions has issued a statement about Sunday's protest. Will it press ahead with the protest, or is it going to postpone it? Firstly, viewers, the Holy Synod of Ethiopian Orthodox Church has written a letter to Archbishop of Adagrad Diocese, Marha Christos, is the name of the Archbishop. The letter has been made public by Tigray journalists. Stolen shared it as well. The letter firstly states that brothers fought, the world saw brothers fight in Ethiopia, referring to 2-year-long war in Tigray, between Tigray and Ethiopian federal government. And countless civilians, countless people lost their lives in this conflict. Secondly, the Holy Synod says that it's sad that the church could not condemn what happened in the last 2 years. That Tigray's complaint is justified. Third point is that people of Tigray and Orthodox Church of Ethiopia, they should not be kept separate by politicians. Politicians must not be allowed to separate the people of Tigray and Orthodox Church of Ethiopia. Fourthly, the Orthodox Church is offering to restore communication with the Tigray diocese for continuation of the relationship between the two sides. Now, firstly, we know that yesterday Tigray archbishops issued a statement about the future of Tigray Orthodox Church. And Tigray's archbishops announced that they were holding discussions to make a final decision about future status of Tigray Orthodox Church. But they said that Menbere Salama would be the seat of Tigray Orthodox Church. They hinted that they could split. And secondly, they accused the church, Orthodox Church, that the Orthodox Church blessed the war against Tigray and that thousands were killed and still thousands, tens of thousands displaced. Churches attacked, church fathers, workers killed, wounded, but Orthodox Church of Ethiopia remained silent. But that statement of Tigray archbishops was not addressed to Orthodox Church of Ethiopia. That was addressed to the people of Tigray. This letter written from Holy Synod addresses Archbishop of Adagrad Diocese. So how to interpret this letter? How can we interpret this letter? Is it an apology? Is it an offer? And what does it indicate? Does it mean that Orthodox Church of Ethiopia is now in a weak position because it is being challenged by a faction in Oromia? Firstly, I see this letter as a combination of apology and offer. It's an apology because it was discussed at a meeting of the Holy Synod, as I mentioned earlier, 3 to 4 days ago, that in order to restore ties with Tigray Orthodox Church, the Holy Synod, the Church should apologize. Abune Matthias backed the idea. And this letter is an implicit apology, firstly. Secondly, it's an offer as well that Orthodox Church of Ethiopia is making an offer to Tigray Orthodox Church to restore ties. Now, ball is in the court of Tigray regional government because Tigray Orthodox Church is under the control of Tigray regional government. What will the government do? What will TPLF do? TPLF these days has very close ties with the Ethiopian federal government. Getachew, Sidkan, Varade, they have held a meeting with PM Abiy. And what would be government's desire, Ethiopian federal government's desire? Will the government support restoration of ties between Tigray Orthodox Church, Tigray Diocese, and Ethiopian Orthodox Church? Or will it like to have the continuation of the split? I personally think that the way PM Abiy is taking his position with regard to the ongoing tension between the two factions, Oromia Synod, so-called, and Orthodox of Ethiopia, Ethiopian federal government would want continuation of the split between Tigray and Ethiopian churches. Let's see. Secondly, this letter is definitely an admission of weakness on the part of Orthodox Church. If the letter had been written a few weeks ago, before the start of a conflict with Oromia archbishops, it would have been more meaningful, more positive, and more genuine. Now, church is under pressure because in Oromia, a new Orthodox faction has emerged. So the church, which lost one region, is now being challenged in other region. That is why it is trying to restore ties with Tigray. I don't think that Tigray Orthodox Church will respond to this letter positively. But let's see what happens. We'll have to wait. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian government banned Sunday's protest. No one will be allowed to protest on Sunday, on the 12th of February, in Addis Ababa. In other parts of Ethiopia, government has explained the reasons behind the decision. Read a video a few hours ago, 2 hours ago. We are waiting for a response from the two factions, Oromia region-based Orthodox Church faction and the main faction led by Abune Matthias. How do they see this announcement of ban by the government? Orthodox Church led by Abune Matthias is silent, no statement. I think they'll speak tomorrow. On Thursday, they might issue a statement. But the other side, 2 hours ago, issued a statement. Oromia region-based Orthodox faction is postponing Sunday's protest. The faction says that it has postponed the protest for indefinite time because there is going to be African Union summit held in Addis Ababa next week. So it does not want to disrupt an international event. A correction, in the previous video I said that Africa Union Summit will be held next month. No, summit will be held this month. From the 15th of February till the 16th of February, 2-day meetings of minister level will be held. Then on the 18th and 19th of February, heads of state will hold meetings, will participate in a joint session of Africa Union in Addis Ababa. Of course, they'll start arriving after 1 or 2 days. That is why protest in Addis Ababa is technically not viable. Government will not allow any party to protest in Addis Ababa while entire African leadership is arriving in Addis Ababa. So the Oromo faction has postponed the protest, respecting government's decision. And the main reason behind the announcement of protest by this Oromo faction was to force Orthodox Church of Ethiopia to cancel or postpone the protest, which has happened. Though the ban has been imposed by the government, but Orthodox Church of Ethiopia will have to respect this ban, I personally think, because Africa Union Summit cannot be postponed. If it is postponed, it would be a sort of bad move for Ethiopia, for Ethiopian continental and international image. It would be a bad signal, a bad message. So that is why Ethiopia might postpone the protest as well, but we are waiting for official statement from the church. Oromia region-based faction has postponed the Sunday's protest. Thank you for watching.